Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Rise 2025. I can see, the hall is almost full, but still, it's the Delhi Gurgaon traffic and people are still pouring in. So, as and when the day progresses, the the hall and the venue will be, choco-blocked. But we heard Kumar, giving that example of quick commerce. And I want to, take it ahead from there and give you one example of a category which many people may think is boring, but actually it's not. And that category is a stationery category. So I want to read out this small note to all of you, and that's about Blinkit. And Blinkit turned notebooks and pens into a 500 crore business while everyone else ignored stationery completely. Most quick commerce platforms chased groceries, electronics. Blinkit spotted something different. What if the pen you forgot before tomorrow's exams could arrive in 10 minutes? That simple bet became one of India's fastest growing non-grocery, non-fashion categories in quick commerce. India's quick commerce hits 64,000 crores for the year 2025, growing at 142% year over year. The entire sector is expected to triple to 2 lakh crores in the next 3 years. But here's what nobody saw coming: stationery, a fringe category, scaled faster than most core segments. The shift happened because of three simultaneous trends. One, work from home boom created urgent demand. Second, student shopping patterns changed. Students' shopping patterns change means hybrid schooling created consistent, unpredictable needs. Tomorrow and today our kids wants the geometry box or the charts or the maps. From where will you get it? So the geometry boxes before the test, the chart papers for the projects, all needed now for tomorrow, needs to be delivered today, tonight. Third, impulse purchase drove basket size. Customers adding a notebook while ordering groceries, low individual prices but high volume sales stacked up fast. So this is in nutshell what Blinkit did and created 500 crores out of stationery. The numbers prove its worth. Dark stores grew 71% year on year. Average revenue per store jumped to 25%. Quick commerce now accounts for 7% of the 45 billion addressable market. Still 93% untapped. This is about quick commerce. So the most e-commerce players ignored this category entirely. Blinkit realized it was a daily need with no strong online presence and seized the gap. Seize the gap is the lesson and the learnings for all of us here today. Experts point to toys, pet care and home care essentials as the next wave. India's quick commerce is projected to hit $35 billion by 2030, and non-grocery categories will drive much of that growth. Which boring category, according to you, could become the next 500 crore opportunity? And this is where, who moved my cheese. If you go to another example, and this is a very related example, this is regarding cosmetics. Myntra pulled a move with Sugar Cosmetics and is basically declaring war on each and every other beauty brand. They launched Molten Beauty, and no, this wasn't some random idea over coffee. They saw the numbers. Nykaa gets 11.4 million visits every month, 91% from India, and users spend almost 3 minutes per visit. And what Myntra does? Myntra already owns Gen Z's wardrobe. Now it wants to own its beauty shelf too. कपड़े तो ले लिए, अब beauty भी ले लो. So let's own the mirror. And that's what the strategy is all about. So if you are already dominating fashion, moving into beauty isn't diversification, it's domination. And they are not the first. H&M launched 200 beauty products. West Side Studio went cult with lipsticks under 500 rupees. because that's where not only Bharat, even India shops under 500. Why are all these fashion brands jumping in? The numbers hit too hard to ignore. Nykaa GMV was 11,775 crores for the year 2025, up 30% year on year. Mamaearth close to 600 crores for the year 2026 Q1 with 8% from quick commerce. And what is happening? This is where the real story is. Giants like L'Oreal are falling behind. They dropped from 14% to 5%. So L'Oreal drops from 14% to 5%, but Mintras and Nykas are taking the traditional market share. Offline fights for shelf space. Meanwhile, online fights for screen space. And 2025, that's where every single purchase starts and continues to 2026. Myntra isn't launching a product line. It's claiming the next empire from what to wear to what to wear with. That's not business, that's owning Gen Z's entire mirror. So, this is what these two examples of stationery and beauty have given us enough dope to think and ponder on what the dynamic shifts are happening in the Indian retail, e-commerce, quick commerce business. And these were just two examples to tell you what's going on. Many of us know, and many other examples are there in front of us. But keeping this in mind, we have designed today's program. Thank you for being here today. We are going to have 5 exciting panel discussions, which we are going to talk on customer first growth in tougher markets, finding relevance without losing resilience. And that relevance many people are losing is what we are seeing here, and the numbers are speaking for themselves. Second, we are going to talk about the smart store playbook, tech that removes friction and adds delight. And many of you will find this word AI being discussed here throughout the day, and you will find there outside as well. But that's imperative, without which your retail business is not going to grow. In between, I want to talk about something very, very different, and that is that's a complete different category, and that category is spiritual commerce. We have our partner with us, No Krishna Bhumi. They are going to talk about changing landscape of $50 billion spiritual commerce from unorganized to organized. So when I spoke about stationery and beauty, spiritual commerce, a $50 billion opportunity, and we will hear from our speaker very soon about what it is all about. Then we are going to talk about what matters most, choosing the right commerce ecosystem for growth. We are going to also talk about the marketing that moves people, redefining retail storytelling in connected world. Today it's all about storytelling. And the best example is we all are scrolling till 12 o'clock, midnight, whatever channel we may be scrolling, but we all are. Why? Because we are looking at stories. And that's what we are going to discuss today as well. How are you going to build the momentum in the D2C world? How are you going to innovate, adopt, and succeed? That is something which is going to be discussed as a last panel for the day. We are also going to talk about using tech to get inventory right, because inventory is the backbone and supply chain is. Smart retailing, delivering frictionless customer journeys with data and AI. Now, this doesn't become technical, but if your customer is not having that frictionless journey, then he's going to drop out midway and you lose him, this time forever. Parallelly, we are going to have a workshop with Amazon, your roadmap to global sales with Amazon, and that's a parallel workshop that's going to happen in the second half. So I request all of you to attend these roundtables and the panel discussions. I also sincerely request you to go and talk to our partners. They have got some fantastic solutions. And please network throughout the day. I would like to thank our Delhi committee, our chapter members, our national council, our chairman, our CEO, chairman for the Delhi council, all of us the team who has put in hard work. It's once in a year that we meet all of us at RISE. And I wish you a happy networking and lots of takeaways from today's panel discussions. Thank you and enjoy the day.